All right, we're live. Woohoo.
Hello, live.
Hello,
We're
live.
here
We just
now.
watched a really cool video about the Odd Ones Out,
We
talking about the Warrior
did.
Cats fandom. Let me put on some Baldur's Gate 3 music.
Yeah. I'm like refreshing TikTok to see if I can find the stream when it goes live. Oh,
Thank you.
oh, on YouTube too. Yippee!
Oh, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I didn't do
Oh, it's
TikTok.
on YouTube.
Yeah, I
Oh,
did
me
not do
too.
TikTok. I
Yippee!
that felt like a monster. Can you add me to it too, please? It'll be easier for me to look at the stream.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Here, I got you. I got you. Let me grab the link and send it to you.
Unfortunately, I don't think you can hear the music, but like that's fine. You
Yeah.
can
I
you
mean, you could
know Baldur's
always
Gate music.
share your screen in Discord.
Yeah, but then you would be getting double of. Oh wait, no, you wouldn't get double of yourself. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I'll have the live stream up, but I'll mute
Yeah,
it too.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. That way I can still
Yeah,
engage with the comments.
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, I'll share screen two with you. There you go.
Yippee!
I'll just be working for about an hour. Yeah, no. We just
Yeah.
finished
Hi
watching
everyone.
the cool. Oh my gosh! Hi. All right. Oi.
Yeah, hi Mother Devil. We just finished watching the Odd Ones Out video about warrior cats. I'm freaking in it. I can't believe that. I've been
Yay!
acknowledged by a famous YouTube man.
I am so happy for you. Oh
Me
shoot.
too.
I accidentally deleted some stuff,
Ah,
but yeah. No, congratulations, you deserve it. It's a really good map.
thank you.
Wait,
Ah,
here, I'll turn down the music just a little bit. I think it's pretty overbearing. It's hard to measure that stuff.
it is. It is.
Turn down. There
Mm-hmm.
we go.
Yeah. But oh man. Oh man.
Well,
First off, great video.
yeah,
Great
it's a
video
very
from
good
us.
video. I
Mm-hmm.
I was very glad that he wasn't very like cheesy about it, like he was kind of embarrassed for reading Warrior Cats and being in like the kids section, but I feel that's almost like universal because
It
God,
is.
going to look at the Warrior Cat section at any location is like, oh yeah, I'm not this show's demographic or this book's demographic anymore.
Yep, yep. It's very much the like, yes, I am an adult in this section. I'm not weird, I promise, I promise. I just want the graphic novel guy.
I'm sure though, for like as far as like staff goes, I'm sure the staff really doesn't care.
Oh, I'm sure. And everyone reads books of all age,
Yeah,
demographics,
yeah, yeah.
So, but it's just the it's just the silliness of it. It's a very relatable feeling. So it felt very relatable of the odd ones out to to acknowledge that.
Yeah, I'm like,
So yeah.
I'm happy that like so many folks that I know got highlighted in it. Like, it's funny, kind of like when we were watching the Maple Shade Cannibal video when I saw it in the sidebar. Uh, but I was like, oh, I
Hmm.
don't want to watch this yet. I don't think that I was really expecting it to almost be rather like cursory, like you know how like some people kind
Yeah.
of voyeur into fandoms, but they don't really get it.
Yeah, and they might take like the most on the surface level takeaways from it and be like, "You guys, this is crazy,"
Yeah.
for engagement. And that felt like a very accurate like summation of the origins of the Warrior Cats animation fandom as well as why it exists. As well as a very fun like summary of Warrior Cats and what it's about.
Yeah, it was a very good job. Also, like I love just the subtle foreshadowing of just how much of uh Scourge just kind of became a thing.
Yeah.
Also, I love that
Yeah.
he really thought that like Tiger Star was not gonna be the villain. That's really funny.
Right? It's like, oh,
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 honey.
stupid summer child. You are already expecting such better writing out of these books than what they actually have.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you this, but they're really not
You
that
know,
great.
that is one aspect that he did not touch on as to why this fandom is so huge and why it has such good art and stuff like that. is I think a big part of it, my personal belief, is because the books are bad.
Yeah, the
Like
books are really bad, but it's a great
the books are
sandbox.
really bad. It is, and that's the whole point. Is it is a big bucket of interesting ideas that the writers don't do much with or handle in odd ways. Which shout out to them. They are working under crazy publishing conditions. I don't hold it against them at all.
Yeah.
But it's created this big sandbox full of underutilized ideas, and that is like the siren call of like it would have been so cool if they had just done this instead. And nothing gets the creative fires flowing than I want this is so close to being good and I want it to be
I
good.
just want it to be good.
I just want it to be good. I want the good version of this to exist, please.
Well, you're fixing warrior cats, so that was the D&D bit, right? You're fixing warrior cats, so therefore it's gonna be good. It's been a while since we've done that joke. I need to bring it back.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah. I mean now you've got like does this I think that you get bragging rights now, honestly.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, I do love that I was shouted out very specifically in the video as one of the patron examples of the very thing that I love so much about the Warrior Cats animation fandom, which is the wildly stylized and abstracted interpretations of the concepts of warriors and how wildly it diverges from the books to just be its own thing. So I do love that like that was I was correctly cited for that of like this one just said what if these two characters swapped places? Wouldn't that be interesting? And I'm like, yes,
You
yes,
understand
that's
my
what I
vision.
did. You understand the vision. It's literally just that. It's fun. That is one of my favorite parts about the Warrior Cats is and again it draws from the fact that the books are bad. Like that you can that there's so much abstraction on the concepts, that there's so many puzzle pieces that are all put together in a way that is not that great in canon. And so therefore no one gets super butthurt if you really adapt stuff into wildly different ways because no one has any loyalty to canon.
Yeah, it's
There's zero loyalty to canon.
I okay, so have I explained to you my like pipe dream for a Warrior Cats map that if I ever found like a good song for it, I might have to do it?
No, you haven't.
It would be the power of three, but the entire Fire Sand family knows about Leaf Pool being the mom.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense for I like the my first thought was like it doesn't make any sense for Brambleclaw to not know. Like that just doesn't feel like that feels like it flies in the face of like that end of act like of the arc 2 kind of stuff that was going on between Squilf and him where they needed to communicate better and understand each other better. Like that was just done just to make them like the angst, like that aughts angst that YA
Mm-hmm.
novels were
Mm-hmm.
going for. And
Yep.
I think that's also why a lot of people don't like Bramble Claw anymore is because of a stupid idea of like we've got to be more dramatic. What if he doesn't know? And then have him be pissy. And it's like just so very trite, I guess. But like
Right.
having him in the know would save that relationship with Squilf and Bramble because I think that them being together like uh to help Leafpool, especially Leafpool, who never liked Brambleclaw in the second arc, always just was very super suspicious of him and not liking him. Uh kind of having like getting close with all three of them, but also like it would give Firestar and Sandstorm something to do. Um
Yeah.
I like specifically Sandstorm because it does peeve me that Sandstorm just has like nothing to do ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but also
She's just
like
kind of pasted in there as wife of Firestar.
yeah, like I think that's also why like the spotted leaf stuff is so annoying because it's like she like the like there was no romance between them in the original one, obviously, like very big
Mm-hmm.
obviously. But like the dumb part about it is like them continuing to retread that idea. But like I giving Sandstorm more to do would have been a lifesaver for her character. But I also understand entirely what they're aiming for. They wanted the shock of a interclan medicine cat relationship to be blown out of the water and oh my god, whoa. But I'm over here
Mm-hmm.
thinking that's too small of a picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Firestar was in on it and literally was like, actually, I think this is really dumb. And you guys should know by now that when I think a warrior cat's rule is dumb, I don't follow it. My daughter is allowed to have kids, even though she's a medicine cat. Why is that even a rule anyway? What kind, like have
Mm-hmm.
Firestar be the
Mm-hmm.
mouthpiece of like why is this wrong? Like who said this is wrong? Because it would also like
Mm-hmm.
help shed light on this, but also like Firestar would never ever be like, no, honey, get back on, get back in your habit. You're gonna be Catholic again, you know.
Yeah.
um,
It also brings up really interesting parallels between Firestar and Blue Star in terms of like keeping a family secret
mhm.
that you feel compelled to keep both to protect your family but also to protect your role as leader and try, and there could be interesting stuff there of him wrestling with that and also wrestling with like now that it's been brought to his attention, yeah, that is stupid.
Well,
It's stupid. My
and it
daughter should be able to have kids.
but also like it also adds to the Firestar conspiracy. He's pretty much cat Jesus. So let it like
Mm-hmm.
oh we're
Mm-hmm.
just gonna let Firestar do whatever the hell he wants again. I've been
Mm-hmm.
in this clan for 8 years. He's barely been here like two because he's small. He's young. Like
Mm-hmm.
what in the what? How come he's allowed to stomp on my beliefs and my traditions? And like that
Mm-hmm.
would be that's the bigger picture, right? Like this brings it back to oh, Firestar always gets what he wants, and the Firestar, of course, his little nepo baby medicine cat kid is allowed to break the rules. Like that's Firestar's kid, you know? Like that
Mm-hmm.
feels
Mm-hmm.
like the greater conspiracy. And I think Hollyleaf
Yeah.
having to deal with the fact that she's just kind of like she's a rule follower if I remember correctly from Power
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
That's like her whole thing is that she just believes in the warrior code and she believes in it very hard.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
having her actually like be like I was never anything special, but also like I never would be anything special because I'm like the nepoist nepo baby to ever nepo. Um
Mm-hmm.
like there's just so much more conversation there that I think would have been
Yeah.
very missed opportunity. You don't have to break up Brambleclaw and Squilf's relationship. You don't have to have Firestar in the
Mm-hmm.
dark. You can really do something fun here. And I think it
Right.
just really feels like a big missed opportunity.
Oh, so real. So real.
So,
Man.
I will
And
also put
you
this
know,
in your
I'm the
court. If you see a
uh-huh.
song that you think might fit this,
Ooh.
you let me know.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm the biggest like let's play around with Firestar concepts. My beloved.
What? No
Love that man.
way.
Um, like, oh, wouldn't it have been so interesting to have a Firestar versus the traditions outright moment? Because, like, he's been, since the moment he got there, he's been challenging the preconceptions about what was permissible or not from the very beginning down to, like, let me in, let my nephew in, let me be deputy really young, let let's team up the clans to face a threat. Let's team up the clans to escape the forest. Let's, let's go fix Sky Clan. He's constantly been the one going, do we have to do things the traditional way? What if there's a better way? And while at the same time becoming like at the same time, he's very loyal in the early books to these traditions that he's being introduced to because he really likes this life, he really likes this place, and so he's very quick to like
But he asks good
be all
questions.
in on. He does. He asks the questions of like, why can't we team up? And I think it would be very interesting for him to view his own childhood kind because he kind of slows down with that in his later age. Like he lets in kitty pets, he lets in rogues, he lets in Daisy and Purdy, he lets people he lets warriors just be in the nursery forever if they choose that they don't want to be warriors. Like, he kind of expands what is socially acceptable
Yeah.
in ThunderClan, and he's criticized for it.
Yeah.
And when Bramblestar becomes leader, that comes into play a lot of like ThunderClan has created this reputation for itself of kind of playing fast and loose with the warrior code and doing whatever the frick they want. And that's part of why One Star's whole deal is rejecting his friendship
Yeah, I was literally about to say
with
that's the whole
Firestar.
thing with
Mm-hmm.
one star.
Exactly. So there's kind of been this push and pull through the entire series of the ways that Firestar's presence within the clans and his policies challenge the traditions and say, is this necessary or not? And for the most part, everyone kind of goes along with it begrudgingly because it saves the day, like saving everyone and finding a new home,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it would be very interesting to see that come to its head with his own daughter, that
Yeah.
he knew the secret, he was permissive of it because he didn't see the one, it's his daughter, and two, he didn't see the value in those traditions. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
that's stupid. I had my best friend had kids with another clan, and sure, I had a massive stick up my butt about it at the time, but looking back, like, it's all water under the bridge. Because that's like the biggest thing is he is massively cruel to Gray Stripe in book 2 because of his cross clan romance. He's like, he's only been here like 2 months and he's already like, you can't do that, Gray Stripe.
It's because I'm
You're
in love with
betraying
you.
everything. For real.
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
love that. I love that little bit. It's because I love you. It's like, oh.
I love you. I'm jealous. Um,
Let him be
so
jealous.
I love the idea of Firestar stepping down because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, at least being
I
deposed
love
for a little bit.
for a little bit to show like how this is the final straw for a lot of ThunderClan cats and for the clans as a whole of being like, yeah, Firestar, you have served the whole forest a lot in really unconventional ways, but you've shown consistent disrespect to things that we find important, and we want it stops here. This we're not going to permit this. You can either exile your daughter for breaking the warrior code and perhaps the biggest like double whammy of both not only just being cross clan romance but also medicine cat, or you can step down and
Okay,
whoever is leader after you will choose
have I
mutual state.
have I told you about my Hollyleaf? Like she's a mass manipulator. Like she can do mind control. That's her power of 3 power. This would go fucking
Ooh.
hard with mind control Hollyleaf, as like this
Ooh,
would kind of go
yeah.
hard. Cause like it's almost like a they don't have the gall to like withhold the code. I can do that, and then she steps into the role when Firestar and Brambleclaw get turned down. Like she fights for it, but like she also like manipulates people. That would be awesome. Okay, so we could do this as a two-parter.
Ooh, I'm so down. I'm super down.
I,
Also, like, it would just be a dream to collab with you on
oh,
Warrior Cats Project.
oh gosh,
Yeah,
I still want to do Funny Squirrel one of these days. Hopefully, I'll get the chance to do Funny Squirrel.
yeah. What's Funny Squirrel?
Have I not talked
Wait, I
about
want to
Funny
hear about
Squirrel?
Funny Squirrel. I want to hear about Funny Squirrel, but I also want to keep talking about this, like, deposed Firestar thread. I've got more thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, no, no. So
So
Funny Squirrel,
let's porpoise back to Funny Squirrel a bit. So
Funny Squirrel's
just tell
my
me the brief version.
yeah, yeah. Funny Squirrel's my canon New Prophecy Squirrel Paw map where she's essentially like she girl bosses her way into Brambleclaw's special little quest. Like he's taken in by Blue Star to go on this thing, and she crashes the party, and essentially the map would be set to the song "Don't Rain on My Parade" from Funny Girl. So that's where I get Funny Squirrel from. It's a
Oh,
Barbra
funny
Streisand
squirrel.
song, and the song
Mm-hmm.
is "Don't Rain on My Parade," which is a where the character her name her, she's it's a biopic of Fanny Bryce. Fanny Bryce is a Jewish comedian. She was really big on vaudeville. She's really cool. She's in a so Babbitt like the Babbitt Metabromide. She's actually in that. The original Fanny Bryce is in that. She's
Oh.
in a skit where she wins a lottery ticket that she gives to her a landlord in order to pay rent, and then she tries to like uh cajole the landlord into giving it back to her so that she can win a whole bunch of money. It's a great skit. She's really funny. But uh the biopic is with Barbara Streisand and it's beautiful. But like it's essentially just like uh Squirrel Paw being invested in her way and like doing this thing for ThunderClan and the other clans, and nobody can rain on her parade, not even that dumb boy that got picked to go here in the first place, because now it's her turn to actually do cool shit. And
Yeah.
the big thing about Funny Squirrel, though, is that it would be Babbitt Metabromide style Broadway, but or not Broadway. It
Ooh.
would be
Mm-hmm.
60s widescreen sweeping musicals, like Sound of Music. Think well, Funny Girl is one of them.
Ooh.
But like it would
Watch
be
Funny Girl sometime. I've never
widescreen.
seen it.
It would be widescreen, and I have all the designs. If you scroll down on my stuff on Yippee Pool, you'll see Funny Scroll and you'll see all the designs. But I've
That's
designed all
cool.
the characters.
I'm gonna go look at
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm
you'll see it. I have that Tall Star Jake map, and then I have Funny Scroll in there.
Nice. Oh,
Anyway, you may
fantastic.
continue.
Anyway,
I am very sorry for.
no, that was a great porpoise. I wanted to hear about that. Also, we should watch Funny Girl sometime. That would be
Oh,
really fun.
please, let's watch Funny Girl sometime. I would love to watch Funny Girl.
Yeah.
Funny Girl's long, but it's got really good songs. Like it's definitely not um
No, I bet we could do a movie
boring.
night with that. That one.
Yeah, yeah. If like hell,
Yeah.
you tell me if you're up to doing it sometime this week. I'll watch Funny Girl again. Sometimes it comes up
Oh.
free on YouTube, but I haven't seen it in a while. Um,
We can take a look around. I'm sure we can find it somewhere. But oh yeah, porpoising back over to uh this Firestar and his family knows. Like, well, okay, let's take a look at like Fallout. What's the Fallout of this?
the
Like
fallout would
the
be
Hollyleaf really, Hollyleaf reveals the truth. It comes out that the whole family knew,
yeah,
including Bramble,
yeah.
and which Brambleclaw's the deputy, the leader and the deputy are both involved in this. If
Mm-hmm.
Firestar is
And the
stepping
medicine
down
cat,
because
obviously.
and the medicine cat, if Firestar's stepping down, so is
Mm-hmm.
Brambleclaw, so is Leafpool. All of them are stepping down. Uh, would like who would be the interim leader while they're trying to sort this out? Who would be the interim medicine cat?
See,
Would characters from another clan come step in like they've done in later books to like lead in the interim while
dude,
ThunderClan's
this would be a
figuring its stuff
perfect time
out?
for one star to be an asshole. Not gonna lie.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Can we have
oh,
a
but
one
would he
star and
though?
Hollyleaf team up?
Ooh. See,
Like
that would
like
be
taking
interesting.
Hollyleaf under his wing, sort of thing, because they both kind of have the
Mm-hmm.
same stick up their ass.
Mm-hmm. See, that's a really interesting idea for One Star to step in to, like, lightly conquer ThunderClan to sort out its issues. Is because the biggest thing with One Star at that time period
Was that?
was he was rejecting his friendship with Firestar because WindClan already thought that One Star was too invested in ThunderClan.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, One Whisker is friends with Fireheart. He's always running to help Fireheart. Like, we need you to be invested in WindClan, not ThunderClan. So would him stepping in and lightly conquering ThunderClan
But
Would
that's the
that
thing.
be a
He's
choice
obsessed
that
with
alienates him
Firestar's
against his
legacy.
own? Yeah. So would he be stepping in to try and like prove to WindClan that he does have WindClan's interests at its heart and to fully depose Firestar to prove it, or would he be stepping in as a last vestige of his like friendship with Firestar,
Ooh,
and we
we
like the
could do
more
we could do one
compassionate
better.
version?
It's ambiguous.
Hmm. Ooh, it's ambiguous. No one knows why he's doing this, and everyone is mad at him about it.
Are you writing this down? Because
Like,
I have to do
I'm
work.
not. I need to. You're right. You're working here. Let me pull up our DS. We got to write this down. Okay, let's see. So, uh,
People are gonna come in and be like,
Fire
"Wow, I need to sign
Fire
up for this map
knows the
immediately," and I'll be like,
secret.
"Okay."
AU.
Cries loudly.
Firestar knows when things are publicly revealed, he is asked to step down as this is the final straw of his disrespect for the clan culture, and all other leaders demand it. One star volunteers to lead ThunderClan in the interim until a new leader can be picked. His reasons are ambiguous, and everyone is mad at him for this choice.
I'm
WindClan doubts his loyalty to his clan, seeing it as yet another like favoring ThunderClan and his friendship with Firestar thing, and ThunderClan views it as another WindClan betrayal after all the help ThunderClan gave WindClan over the years. And Firestar himself doesn't know what to think, and One Star isn't giving answers.
you,
One Star, however, mentors Hollyleaf.
see. So my big Hollyleaf being a mind manipulator
Like,
thing is because
mm-hmm.
it works well against Saul being a master manipulator. She's like, I must manipulate people against Saul, and Saul's like, oh, like you think you're better than me, but we're exactly the same.
Also, thank you, Lucky Lucy. This is a
Yeah,
great
thank you.
idea.
Yeah, no,
So,
these are my
in this
two
in
these are my
these
two
mind. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying to Lucky, like these are my two like hear me outs for like an upcoming map for me.
Oh, that would be so.
Three including Funny Squirrel, but Funny Squirrel would be canon.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So Hollyleaf, her mind manipulator powers, can she read minds in these powers and put thoughts into people's minds, or is this more of like a straight up influence? Because if she can, like, what are you thinking? Because if she can read minds, then she would know automatically that Soul is full of garbage.
Yeah, I think it's about throwing rocks at glass houses in this case. Like she could
Okay,
see
okay.
that he's full of shit, but um she's trying to convince other characters to follow her, and eventually she realizes that she's not really as good as Saul and will resort to mind control.
Okay, okay. So what are the extents of her mind control powers
You
then?
see, that like I said, like I haven't really like this is something that I remember being like a kid and being like, this is so stupid. How does she not have any powers? Mind control is so on the nose for what's going on with Saul and the fact that she's all about the rules. Um, I think I think that much like Jay Feather kind of like comes into his own and start like gets a little bit stronger over the course of the arc. I think that we could start with something small and go bigger. What are your thoughts? Because I think that by the end of it, it could be
Hmm.
like super drone-esque. Which would be really cool because like it would make her rather paranoid. It would hyper paranoid her, right?
Yeah. I
Uh,
like the idea that
she's the
like
thought
it
police.
starts out when she's like young, like with Featherhouse Powers Girl. it starts out as just she has a knack for getting people to do things that she
Yeah, do
wants.
what she wants.
And
Yeah.
in the talking to them and being like, oh, I really just, I really, can I please go on that hunt? I think that I would actually be really useful on it. And people will listen to that. They go, you do have a good point. It's more about like people tend to see her point, and it's almost maybe she's like a little bossy about it. Like, I always know like,
I
everyone
always know what's
agrees
right.
with me.
Yeah.
I always know what's right. I always have the best ideas, and that's why characters go along with her schemes, is because she is subtly influencing them. And I think it would take something big that she convinces someone of, that then makes her realize that she has an actual ability, which could be either convincing someone who witnessed her murder Ashfur that she didn't, or she doesn't murder Ashfur. She tells him to do it to
Yeah, just
himself.
tell him to do it to himself would be really fun. Oh, you know what?
Right?
This would bring a whole new level to the kill yourself with the deathberries mom. And like
It would. Oh my goodness, because she would be going into that saying, like, eat these, kill yourself, knowing full well that Leafpool will, because she said
Yeah, we
so.
could have like a
Which means
whole
that
moment where she
the
like
only reason
Leafpool's
that
trying to fight back and she can't.
uh-huh, and yeah, and would we let her kill Leafpool in this way? Would that be how we handle that? Or would she pull back and like stop her power to like spare Leafpool out of like guilt?
I think I don't like the I think that it's really easy to make a Hollyleaf evil sort of scenario out of this. I want her to be more complex.
Mm-hmm. Because it's like she can force people, and I agree, because she can like force people to do what she says
Yeah.
or to see her side of things.
Mhm.
And that, of course, at initial level is going to feel very valuable because it means that she can convince people to do the right thing, to follow the rules, to,
Mhm.
be good. And I think her intentions with that are noble in that sense of like she truly is trying to do the right thing. And then, of course, that's really hard to do. And especially it's hard to do when you cannot be challenged, when you
Yeah.
cannot be told, no, that's a bad idea, because they will listen to you, to what you say.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want it to be cheap if you get what I mean. Like I always
Yeah.
wanted like as a kid I always wanted Hollyleaf to be really cool. And I applaud a lot of the people for like really pulling for like in the Warrior Cats community for really pulling for her. I don't particularly like Hollyleaf as an adult because of that. Like I don't like that
Hmm.
they crapped out on her. I don't like that when I was at the Vicky chat when Vicky admitted that she just couldn't figure out what to do with her, so they decided to get rid of her and replace her. And I remember being 13 and being like, that is actually stupid. That is so
Yep.
stupid. And I like that's really something to make like to
Yeah.
because how like if there is ever a moment where you're like I don't think I'm good enough to be a professional X, the remembering that Vicky literally said I don't know, threw a character away and brought in a different female character with a different color palette and said she's just going to be able to hear well, in making an entire arc about her and her sister, being going through
Hmm.
that. Like I'm like, are you kidding? Like you can do it. Honestly, anybody can do it if Vicky could do that.
Right, right. Ooh, ooh. See, this is so good. This is so delicious. Okay, because also having her be able to just sway people to believe what she wants them to believe and to agree with her very much fits in line with what the books were first like foreshadowing of. Jay Feather will be the medicine cat, Lion Blaze will be the warrior, and Hollyleaf will be the leader.
Hmm.
They each have one of the three roles. Now, I don't like thinking about like uh
Yeah, I like Ivy Pool, so I agree with you. I wouldn't like in this
Yeah.
situation, I wouldn't get rid of Dovewing or Ivy Pool. I just wouldn't make them super
Hmm.
prominent.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Dovewing should be
I do
her own
find them
character,
nice.
not girl replacement.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Unless you're going to lean into and explore the ideas of feeling like you're a replacement for someone you never.
Hell,
Uh,
Hollyleaf fights Dovewing to the death brawl, you know.
ooh, damn.
I'm being
Okay,
funny,
so
but like
yes, yes. Okay, so Firestar steps down after, and even it's Hollyleaf's idea. Like Hollyleaf is the one in this gathering, like, sharing the truth that she discovered.
mhm.
And the leaders are all like, this is like yet another, you know, yet another thing in ThunderClan that is unacceptable. And what if it's Hollyleaf that says, like, he should, like, Firestar needs to step down, and it's her powers that make all the leaders agree. Well, no, that cheapens it.
Yeah,
This should have been built
I
up
was gonna
from the
let you
leaders.
finish and then say like I think that we need to give the characters more agency away from Hollyleaf,
You're
so
right.
taking
You're
their
right.
agency away means something more.
You're correct, especially because this is like building over the course of theoretically the first two series of Firestar playing fast and loose, and this is the fruits of his. This is his
Yeah,
legacy
this is
coming
like
back to bite him
yeah,
finally.
this is the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yes, you're right. You're right. Sometimes we gotta throw spaghetti at the wall to see if it sticks,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
midway
yeah.
through the air, you go, it's not gonna
Because I think that's one of the
stick.
worst things about Warrior Cats as a concept is that you have a bunch of named characters with not a lot to do. So it's like Spiderleg becomes xenophobic, and you're like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like, or like, despite the fact that he's got, I think Daisy's his mom, right? Like, I'm not.
Yeah, no, Daisy is Spiderleg's wife.
Oh, wife. Sorry. Thank you. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
because I did the repeat until death map, and
Yeah, I
he's
was
the
actually thinking of repeated
neglectful
till death
husband.
while we were while I was trying to think of
I
like
love
who's
that
it
project.
relating.
That was such a good project. I had such fun
I
with
like
helping to
Sadie.
finish.
I hope if by off chance Sadie Gleason hears me, you're a great artist, and I hope you're doing well.
Yeah, yeah. Same, same. Love you, Sadie. Anyway, so Firestar steps down per the insistence of the other clans, saying that they're going to intervene otherwise. So, like, you know, you gotta choose, buddy. So he chooses to step down to protect his family, and which would then cast the entire family, including the Hollyleaf kids, in an interesting light. One star stepping in to interim lead the clan is also really interesting because of Crowfeather.
Yeah, getting
Crowfeather could
close.
come with him to be like, hey, I just found out that these are my kids. Um, and I'm going to try to interact with them. I'm going to try to
Oh,
be like,
Hollyleaf would
hey,
hate that.
oh yeah. And like he could even reconnect with Leafpool at that time and be like,
Oh,
it's all out in the open. There's no point in like hiding this.
you
You
know
seem to
what?
want to have another go at this.
You know what? You know what? I think the turning point in Hollyleaf, like I said, I would really like that her to see herself and be like, oh shit, I really am like Soul. I would like the turning point for her to have like a moment with Crowfeather and realize that like being related to a Wind Clan cat isn't the fucking end of the world. And I
Mm-hmm.
actually am very like he seems like a chill guy, which take that with a grain of salt because Crowfeather is very odd character.
We're kind of in this version of the story, we'd be boiling him down a little bit to his component parts, not the full breadth of his oddity.
Yeah.
More the themes that he could most easily fit into of his connection to Wind Clan. The Nightcloud Breeze Pelt stuff would be interesting in this light too, because Crowfeather would leave them to come to join ThunderClan ish. There'd be like a really weird like the clans kind of mingling together against their will
Expedite the
and being
Nightcloud
pissed.
Crowfeather divorce.
For real, it
Get
would
out,
expedite
girly.
the
You
Nightcloud
need to get
Crowfeather.
out.
So I don't think one star would be. I don't think any of the Firestar family would be like kind of like there would be definitely the top family that knew would be forced to step down from their positions and not trusted. The kids would be in a weird position, kind of like how they are in canon, because they didn't know. So should they be blamed? But also they're half clan, etc. And we still have a stick up our butts about this for some godforsaken reason.
Man.
Um, and that would kind of be like the thing is like evaluating like is this like worth having this big of a problem over because the clan would be like falling apart over this.
Yeah.
And I think that the whole clan would kind of be in two camps of trusting Firestar and not trusting Firestar, agreeing that this shouldn't have happened and shouldn't have been kept secret, or saying it should have. Like it played. Who could have blamed them? It was a rough position. So I think Jay Feather would probably be permitted to remain the medicine cat, like
Yeah.
with Leafpool having stepped down. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought Barkface in, or was Barkface still alive? I think Barkface
I
was
think
still
he
alive that time
was.
period. I know the timeline for that era less well than I know the first season, but I did a lot of research for Next Up Forever, and Barkface is fascinating, and he has a bigger role in the Next Up Forever AU. But I think he was still alive at the Lake Territories. I think he made that journey. His successor was Kestrel Flight. So I
Yeah, I like
think
Kestrel
Barkface
Flight.
would have probably come in to help Jay Feather, and to kind of help the clan so that there was at least one person there who
God.
wasn't a traitor fire
Yeah,
clan
yeah,
sick
somebody who
family
isn't
member.
like a nepo like hire for Firestar.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Would there be a
or
ThunderClan cat that you think would
encouraging.
be Holly's rival in becoming the next like deputy into a
See, that's what I'm
leader?
trying to think timeline, because that would be the question. Who should be the next leader? One Star is the interim. Theoretically, this is, and also the other quick thought with Jay Feather is there could also be some encouragement for Jay Feather to pick a successor to then replace him as soon as possible. Kind
Bracken
of a
fur,
thing.
bracken fur, bracken
That's
fur.
what I'm thinking.
Thank you.
Brackenfur is the obvious choice. He's a loyal warrior, but he also is like deeply loyal to Firestar. And so I would love to see like Brackenfur being trained to take over that position and have like being tug of war in both directions because he would kind of agree with what Firestar did, but at the same time would be kind of be relied on by those who disagreed with it to be like, you're not going to let this stand, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna take care of ThunderClan, right? And him not wanting the clan to completely fall apart would agree with that. Oh, and like, because also he's like mates with Sorreltail, and Sorreltail's like close friends with Leafpool. There's like there's layers, there's connections to this.
Yeah, justice
Um,
for bracken fur. I love that.
yes, yes, justice for Brackenfur.
uh, is he still alive? I think he is. He's just in the senior citizens den, right?
I think so. I think so. He lives very old, I think, as
Yeah,
far as
I'm
I can
pretty
tell.
sure he's still alive. Good. You know what? Honest to
Yeah,
God, that's probably the best thing that could have happened to him.
yeah,
He gets to retire old and, enjoy life.
yeah.
Good for him.
But as far as like as rival for Hollyleaf, because of course Hollyleaf in this version she doesn't run away in like
Yeah.
shame, right? Like
Yeah,
she
no, she's got to stay.
returns to,
She's
yeah, she's
loyal.
got to stay. She's loyal to ThunderClan, and in her mind, this is step one of clearing the rot,
Mm-hmm.
of fixing ThunderClan, because it has gone too far with Firestar in charge. So I think that she would be aiming for the leadership
Yeah.
role, if anything, to fix ThunderClan in her mind and to atone for the sin of being half clan. That at the very least she can fix the clan and get it back on track with the warrior code
Mm-hmm.
and use these powers that she's discovered for good, air quotes.
And
So,
that's why I wanted to bring Saul into this because like Saul would be the ultimate test because ShadowClan's already dying to or not dying, but like you get what I mean. Like they're already getting
yeah.
subjected to all of the propaganda and uh-oh, there's a new cat in town that's telling us that StarClan is evil or not evil, just like I guess like not real.
Hmm. and that the warrior code shouldn't be listened to. Which again, that feels like this would be part of like the warrior code is currently under attack by Atheus anyway.
Yeah. Checkmate, atheist, as she like bonks him on the head.
I'm trying to remember the timeline because naturally in an AU map we don't have to follow this
Yeah, yeah. And like in the
but
case of like Saul, it's kind of crazy, like the restraint of not having Saul come back recently.
hmm
I
so in this AU, do you think Soul arrives after Firestar has stepped down?
I don't think so. I think that he's still in the background, honestly. Like, I think it's
Okay.
more interesting to have him as background noise because that's also putting the heat on Firestar, right?
hmm
Because if there's
Okay.
already Shadow
Yeah.
Clan like falling to that situation, like the idea of having more, heretics in ThunderClan would spook a lot. Like it would spook Wind Clan, it'd spook River Clan, and it would spook really devout ThunderClan folks.
Okay. So this is so like one star conquering ThunderClan reasons are ambiguous, but one of those reasons could be shoring up their territory in the event that an atheistic shadow clan goes off the deep end and
Yeah,
decides
it
to just
starts,
run the
yeah.
warrior code entirely and becomes a threat on their border. Which
Yeah.
what are the borders? What do they
Oh
share a border? I
man,
feel like they do.
you're
Let's
asking
see.
the wrong
Uh
person.
Lake territories, warrior cats, arc 3. These are the dice about. Yeah, because we want one that doesn't have sky planets, because those borders get complicated very quickly. Let's see. Show me the image. No, that's a
Is
map that
that
has a
is that
sky clan. I
Mudclaw?
don't
That's
want
the one
that.
that's underneath the tree.
Yeah, he's
It
the deputy that
that gets squashed by the tree that makes the like gathering place. Is that where he is?
yeah, he's under the bridge
Okay,
in
I
the
thought
lake
so. Yeah, yeah.
gathering
He
spot. Yeah.
poor dude.
Yeah. Okay,
They
so
had to do it
according
to
to
him
this, I had to do it to him. Shadow Clan
swimmingly.
does not share a border with Wind Clan. Okay, but it does with River Clan.
Our dear friend
So
Lucky Lucy gave us Wind Clan is between Thunder Clan and River Clan, if I recall correctly.
you are correct. I just very slowly verified that on my end as well. So in that sense, this would not be about shoring up your defenses because Shadow Clan is like the farthest possible threat.
Well, this is the
But it
original
could
Lion
be,
Clan.
yeah. So this is about potentially like heading off a threat
Hmm.
before Shadow Clan, like, because especially if Thunder Clan is in a moralistic uh famine right now, if they don't have a leader and they are showing blatant disrespect for the warrior code, there would be a fear that Shadow Clan and Soul would sweep in and take over,
While they're weak,
and
yeah.
while they're weak and while they are susceptible to propaganda that the warrior code sucks because their leader also currently does not believe in the warrior code enough.
Is Leopard Star still alive right now?
Um,
Because this would be fun to
yes.
see Misty Foot show
Let's see.
up.
What what
Give the girl
what
something
book?
to do. This would
What
be
book did Holly
Sunrise,
Lee?
right?
I think so. Let's see. Sunrise Warrior Cats. Let's look up the
Cruel
summary on
Season.
the. I love doing Warrior Cats research. I've missed this.
I just gave you a full
Yippee!
excuse.
You did. Thank you. What
I was gonna
this
say
is
I'm
my hobby
sorry.
right here. Is this is the hobby, is researching AU stuff. Okay, so let's see.
Shows you
Sunrise.
my AU. Please respond.
Yes. Okay, so allegiances as of Sunrise. River Clan is still Leopard Star. Yep.
I would love to see Misty Foot have an opinion here. Give the girl
Ooh,
something to
yeah.
do.
Because she's half clan, so
Yeah,
therefore
she's
this
half clan.
conversation is relevant. And I think all of this in the context of like Shadow Clan already rejecting the warrior code is going to bring into question all of those decisions. Like, sure, everyone was accepting of Misty Foot as the deputy, but is that now bad optics because of what happened with Firestar and his family? Is this would this be bad optics for Leopard Star? Would the other clan leaders ask her to step in? Like, or would she lose, or would her clan, more likely would her clanmates ask her to step in if she, like, where do we draw the line now? We kind of dig up all
But
that old dirt.
But Leopard Star has learned her lesson. I would still say that that one, like the Shadowwood River clan feels
Mm-hmm.
like it should still be canon.
I read.
Rocky, how you doing? We're talking about my AU that is the entire Fire Sand family knows about the three not being. Oh, yeah, you don't know these characters on the screen. I'm sorry. Um,
The big one is Lark. He's
no.
cool. The little ones are me. I'm in the cloak and have the dog face. And
Oh.
then the cute critter to the side is Rook. Just kidding. But
I'm
super
I'm
cute.
uh I'm Rainier from the D&D campaign. Here there be dragons.
Yeah. I'm the dungeon master for it. That's why I'm in a cloak.
Yeah.
And these are the PNG tubers for that campaign
Yeah,
where
we're
we
just
secretly
placeholders.
stream it. Yeah.
Don't I look pretty? I got a little bird
You look
comb in
so
my hair.
pretty. You have a little bird comb in your hair and flowers, and it's so pretty. Pretty reindeer.
I just came out as
Hee hee.
bi-gender.
He did. We're so proud of him.
We've
It
got
was a
to
great
we
episode.
gotta make sure that he feels a little bit more comfortable before we start going into other pronouns. But like, it's a slow
Yeah, yeah.
process. He's 47. Let it give him a break.
Yeah, he's learning.
He's
He only just
learning.
became aware that, like, genders exist. He's lived under a log his whole life out in the woods being a
Pretty
hunter.
much. Book and Rainy.
Book and
Yay!
rain. Ah, yippee.
Also, congrats on getting spotlit on the Odd Ones Out, because I saw your young part is there.
Yeah. You were also shouted out, points at you aggressively. It was so exciting.
Yeah, I hope you saw it because it's like in the one shot that's like the top down view, and I was like, oh my god! Like we were pausing it the entire time. We were so excited to see it.
You're like, where are our friends? Where are our people?
Show us your friends.
Honestly, when we started the video, I know this is jumping away from the AU stuff.
Oh
And
no
maybe
no no!
fortress
We said we were
but
gonna talk about
fortressing
this.
back to the original topic of the. Oh yeah, the lots of latency. We
Yeah,
get it.
sorry
No
about
worries at all.
that. No, you take your time and we'll catch up where we need to.
Yeah, but fortressing back to the original topic of the Odd Ones Out video. I first realized I saw that video because I'm subscribed to the Odd Ones Out, and I was gonna watch it later because I was kind of like, oh, I'm sure that'll be interesting because I know he's been doing something with Warriors because he did Warrior Cat Wednesdays, which I love that we have an explanation now. Because at the time when he started posting Warrior Cat Wednesdays, I was like, hello, James, you read Warrior Cats? And then the answer was no. He read Warrior Cats now. And I love that the answer to that is that he hired people who were Warrior Cat animator people,
See, now I'm pissed off
and
because
they
I met him 3 years ago at a animation convention, but it was probably long before he ever tried it. So like, whatever.
right. But like he hired people that knew Warrior Cats, and they were probably the ones being like, haha, yeah, I got into animating from the Warrior Cats animation fandom, and that made him want to read the books and figure out what the heck all these videos are about. And I love that. I love that.
That's single-handedly how
But
I got into the piano. Coming out sometime this year.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
I'm
amazing.
still very grateful for the Warrior Cats community for getting me to work with actual Disney animators.
Right?
Yeah. I
Oh,
like
what a
getting
great
told
fandom.
that I was um like between one of the Bancroft brothers and an original animator from The Great Mouse Detective was like insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like they like I
I'm
got
going to
showed
watch it when it
the
comes
part
out.
with the Great Mouse Detective animator and I was like, are we dead ass? Like am I literally this so what?
Yes.
But anyway, sorry, we
Oh,
could continue talking
but
about
yes,
Odds
but
One
yes.
Out.
So I was thinking I was gonna watch the video later, because I was like, whatever. But then I got a comment and I got a notification on my phone that someone commented on the storyboard for Next Up Forever, and they commented saying, "I was not sent here by the Odd Ones Out," and I went, "That's an oddly specific comment. Am I in the Odd Ones Out?" So we went and watched it, you and I, because I saw that and we
Yeah, because we were
immediately
watching the
pulled it up
Cannibal
watching
Maple Shade
Verified.
video.
Yeah, we were watching the Cannibal Maple Shade video from Moon Kitty, and so we immediately pulled up the Odd Ones Out video, and when it showed all of the clips at the start, and it showed like Alex Harrier's amazing Next Up Forever piece, like really soon off the bat, but then it started to like go into just explaining warriors. I kind of relaxed a little bit and was like, oh, okay, that's probably what it was. It was probably the Alex Harrier clip, and at the end there's going to be some sort of like, and here's the citation for all of the clips we showed, kind of a thing. And so someone went to my channel to comment on it for that reason. And then he got to the part where he's like, most of these videos are animating fan fiction. It's not even things that actually happened. And like, I don't know about you, but I leaned in my
I knew
chair,
you
just
were
like
coming as soon as that happened. I was like, oh,
staring
here it
at the
goes.
computer, like, is this is this is this is this it? Is this it? And then, yep, dead ass, yep, pulled up Next Up Forever, and it's like, is this one? They like Scourge and Firestar swap places, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, my
Oof.
name is there. That's my name. That's my face. My little persona face.
How are the
Oh
shadows
my
looking, by the
god.
way? I'd like just to pull away for one
Ooh, they're
second.
looking. Yeah, they're looking really good.
I am.
Give us a little playthrough once you finish this frame to see how if anything pops.
Yeah, because like the nice thing about the following shot, like the following frame, is that because it's going into black, I get to like kind of heavy shade that last frame. When
Oh
did
my
I
gosh,
become?
Rex, yes. Yes.
I know. I'm so sorry. I was one of them.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Everyone pinging everyone, being like, have you seen? Do you know? We've been acknowledged. The famous YouTube man has seen us. Oh man. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
I'm thinking for this frame, I might have like some heavier shadows like right in here.
Now,
So like,
before I was one, two, 3 steps removed from the Odd Ones Out. Now I'm only 1 step removed because he's seen my stuff. It used to be that the only way that I was 3 steps removed because uh the Odd Ones Out is friends with Jaden Animations. Jaden Animations is friends and roommates with Alpha Rad, and Alpha Rad almost worked with my brother.
oh wow.
Yeah. There was some sort of collab or something way, way, way back in the day. My brother has talked about it on his live streams, but uh it ended up not happening for one reason or another. I'm not sure, but my brother has beef with Alpha Rat over
Oh,
it. Not mostly silly beef, mostly just like, haha, screw him.
that's funny.
So cracks me up. Cracks me. Although I think my brother has also talked to Jaden Animations for collabs in the past. That also didn't happen, but still very cool. But oh man, yes, you should be happy, Rex. I'm very
I am
happy too.
so
This is
happy for
crazy.
you.
It's crazy. There's what's wigging me out about it is there are so many maps, right? Like there's so many maps. And like a lot of them are referenced in like the clips, and a lot of really big ones are referenced, like everything moves, and ready as I'll ever be, which is still to date like the warrior cat map with the most views at 15 million. And like, oh my goodness, like to shout out specifically like only like five, and one of them's me.
Deserved,
Not even five,
deserved,
like
deserved.
four out of all of the warrior cats maps, four. And I know it's because like I have a very like accessible plot line for the purpose that the point
Yeah,
he
because he
was
was talking
making,
about
which again,
Scourge a lot.
yeah, he's talking about Scourge a lot, and it was also just like the point of these are videos that are basically fan fiction, and which have become more popular in like recent years. Like Ready as I'll Ever Be was still like canon, like that was still completely canon. Um, but like the fan fictiony ones are more in like the last 5 years, 5, 7 years. And so, but of all of them, over like 7 years worth of videos, mine. Ah,
Deserved,
it
deserved.
does feel like we're all dancing in a circle. Ah, ah.
Won't forget him for dancing over Brindleface, jumping over Brindleface. It's like, oh no, the dogs are killing background characters. You take that back. Like Brindleface and then Bright and Swifty, you take that back.
I love that there was clearly cut content for explaining Blue Star's affair and children because they showed up on the board and were never commented on, which
Yeah.
ended up just being a really funny bit that they were there. But I'm
You can
sure
tell that the
that was
joke is
originally.
that it's Blue 1 and Blue
Mm-hmm.
2, girl and boy, because that's what
Yep.
Feathertail and Stormfur are.
Yep. It was like boy one, girl one, boy two, girl two.
Actually, Mistyfoot came first, and so did Stonefoot.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I need to lay on the floor again. Just wow. Next up forever. It's in the TheOdd1sOut video. It's right there. Ah. I'm on the
Deserved.
floor now. I'm staring at the ceiling in a fugue state of confusion and delight. It also just felt so nice because like I really like the ending of the video when he talked about like why are people animating these cats, and the biggest thing was it's fun and passion, and the passionate is and or it's fun and passionate, and the passion is infectious, because that's 100% why Next Up Forever exists, is because I was like going through crazy burnout. I was like I had lost my first big studio job, like my first industry job, and was just doing freelance work that was burning me out to hell and back. And I was really like doubting my career and being like, did I make a huge mistake? This is making me hate animation. And I really wanted to like draw for fun again. I wanted to reclaim my joy in animation. And so I ended up like many did at the time period, because also the the world kind of was going nuts with COVID and everything, so everything was on fire. And a lot of, 30 years old. Well, no, not 30 yet at the time. Still,
I was about to say,
like
yeah, no,
full
don't show
time.
me you were 30 yet.
No, I wasn't 30 yet. Cause I'm 32 now. Math. Let's see, that would have been 2020,
What?
2021. It would have been 2021 because that's when I did the one part. So
Hey, you've been
like
27 or
it would have been
28.
27. Yeah, 28. Yeah, 28 sounds right. Yeah, 28. I think. Math. But anyway, like, I was like, man, and I miss just creating stuff for fun. When was the last time I did that? Back in those good old days of animating warrior cats, that was the shit. That was the good days. And so I kind of returned to the fandom trying, to recapture that joy in animation. And that's why I wrote Next Up Forever. That's why I created the Boon AU. That's why I had fun returning to that hobby. And so like it really is infectious. The passion is infectious, and it really is an awesome way to reconnect with like what brings joy in animation. And TheOdd1sOut nailed it. He's correct. And And I'm so glad that it happened for him too, that he was able to get a lot of that making comics love
It's like,
back from his little Warrior Cats project.
cause like for me in this case, like I don't think I would have the project I'm working on right now. I wouldn't have if I didn't join back in or like get back into the Warrior Cats fandom. Also, I've gotten so many
Hmm.
chops because they recognize me. It's like, oh, you're the Warrior Cats person. Come on in. We know you can do the full pipeline, and I'm like, thank you. I've
Yeah.
gotten more work for doing Warrior Cats than I have like sending out resumes. Um,
Right?
and like I did a gig for Hello Kitty last year that it was like I'd worked for these people before, but I'd never done compositing, and they like looked at my portfolio and they were like, yeah, he just does whatever the hell he wants, so like let him in. And
Yeah.
I had a
Really is
boss
like
mansplain Warrior Cats to his entire team. That was really fun.
I feel like at this point, like I love the Warrior Cats fandom. I it is so deep in my bones. Oh, Rex, thank you, thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. It's right. It's so right.
Ah.
That's right. Feel
Thank you.
loved. Feel loved. Do it.
I feel so loved. I'm so glad. I'm so glad it's resonated with so many people. Oh man. Oh man. But yeah, like I I have so much love for the Warrior Cats community, for the fandom. Genuinely, the books are so bad, but I still love them so much. They like are in my blood. They're in my bones. Like it feels like the mythology I grew up with in a way. Just these characters and these themes and these silly, silly books that just ended up leading to so many great things. Because that's also the thing too. Warrior Cats is what led me to a career in animation in general. Was the Warrior Cats animation community? It was going online at a very impressionable age of 13,
And
seeing
watching SS
people
Warrior Cats. Or
not even
SSS
watching
Warrior
SS Warrior
Cats.
Cats. Little before then, watching like Alley Cat and Ya and Duck Feathers and um uh, Nifty Senpai, honestly, back then
Did
too.
did I tell
And
you that I vague posted to one of our mutuals, Letty, that I was Flightfoot Warrior just to tease her?
yes, Lightfoot Warrior 2. Also, that's so funny. Oh
I
my
like I was
god.
like
I believe it. I
my
believe it.
art style as a kid kind of looked like Flightfoot Warrior. Which is so funny because I don't think I ever encountered Flightfoot Warrior in the wild. So when
Yeah.
they were posting like some of their favorite legacy pictures, I was like, "Hey, why are you posting my art in there?" And like Letty was like, "Please stay psych. Please stay psych." I was like, "No, no, no, I'm not serious. I was just being like, oh no, that just looks like my art." Because I think Flightfoot Warrior has like escaped the internet. Like I don't think that they're around anymore, right?
I think so. I think so. They moved to I think a different account at some point because I remember they marked their account as inactive but left the videos up as a courtesy, which I do.
That's really like
Appreciate them
yeah, that's really
doing
nice.
because a lot of folks from back in the day did take down their accounts when they no longer wanted to be associated with it. We've lost a lot of good videos from back in the day because of that. And as from an internet historian perspective, I hate the loss because especially because a lot of that early stuff did influence so many kids like formative art styles. Like I love being able to track across those old Warrior Cats videos and see exactly where like the Alley Cat and Ya influence came from, where they all had bangs because Alley Cat and Ya watched anime and so gave everyone anime cat bangs, and so I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, watching those back then. I said not SSS Warrior Cats because I did watch SSS Warrior Cats, but I was a little bit older then because I helped out on SSS Warrior Cats.
I keep forgetting that. What the hell? Why are you everywhere? What is that? What's that Boss Baby meme? I'll be there. I'll be
I'll be
there.
there. I'll be there. That's what that's yeah, I've been around a little bit. It doesn't feel like I've been around, and then I'll be like, oh yeah,
I did
what SSS
that.
Warrior Cats was asking for in betweeners, and I was precocious and 18, and so I was like, sure. Um,
See, that's how it feels when you knew Forever Free Bernie. And I was like, "Wait, I worked with
right?
him."
Yeah. Shout out to Forever Free Brony, awesome musician. Love that guy. From my doing art for pony musician days. Oh man. But yeah, like
Okay.
the oh yeah, as I was saying, so watching all those videos, and in particular, Alley Cat and Ya was very formative for me, not necessarily from a mimicking her kind of a way. And I have so much respect for her. She really is, or I don't know their pronouns if like I thought it was she, her, but I could be wrong. So uh grain of salt, grain of salt. But um Alley Cat and Ya is the founder of the Warrior Cats animation fan. And a while back had a really fantastic video essay about their experiences being the founder of the Warrior Cats animation fandom. Unfortunately, it's been taken down, and I didn't get a copy. And I've reached out to ask because I think Galaxy knows them and like personally as a friend. And I asked Galaxy to ask if I could get a copy for like internet history purposes because it was a really fascinating video, but never heard back,
Hmm. Too
unfortunately.
bad.
But it was very personal to Ali Kenya, so I understand why taking it down because it was talking about like they were 13 and went online, loved the Warrior Cats books, went online to see if anyone had animated them because she wanted to animate them. And so she went online and there was nothing. There were zero animations. The only thing that existed in those days were littlest pet shop reenactments of Warrior Cat scenes with like little 10-year-old girls with their little and probably boys too and they thems too with their little
Inclusive.
cats littlest pet shops acting out scenes of warriors and that was all that existed in fandom at that time because the books were pretty new. It was still the first season, the first series. And it was Alley Cat that went, I'm going to animate a series of this. And so started animating a full animated series, which was called Warriors of the Forest. Because back then it was cool to change the name to make it distinct. Um, and then went on to, at a certain point, create a music video, Bone Shatter, that was specifically referencing Warriors of the Forest. And Warriors of the Forest was taken down in its entirety at some point. And the music videos weren't. And the music videos really then, that was the first time that existed. And it set the tone for everything that came after. People started making fan content in that style. And like, we have everything to thank for Ali Kenya. But being 13 at the time of when like their animations blew up, and they talked about this in their video, like their parents forbade them from responding to comments because their parents saw them get all this attention and all of these hundreds of thousands of views and freaked out because this is their 13-year-old. And so they were forbidden from
Sorry.
engaging with like YouTube and at all. And in their video talked about like laying up at night looking through the comments and like just reading all of them,
Oh.
which is right. And so, like, I have immense respect for Ali Katnia. The role that her work played in my choice to become a storyboard artist and to get an animation career, though, was because of not only the Warrior Cat stuff, but their own original series that they did called Angelicate Avenue about
I
cats with angel
remember
wings and devil
Angelica
wings.
Avenue.
Yeah, yeah.
Am I right to
Um,
like I don't remember it that much, but isn't it very similar to like Wolf's Rain or like
I never
Tokyo Mew
watched
Mew?
Wolf Rains. It is very, very anime. It is
Mm-hmm.
100% all of the tropes. It is, like the girl cat meets a boy cat who has, it's very Fruits Basket of
Okay, yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
the silly, jokey one who has angel wings and the moody, dark, or no, the silly, jokey one that has bat wings, like a devil with devil wings, and the moody, angsty one who has angel wings. And she can have wings too, and they have to fight evil and, all of those things. And who's she going to fall in love with, etc. Very, very inspired by like Fruits Basket and the other animes at the time. But I, the funny thing is, I watched that as like a teenager in high school, like 13, 14 years old, and I went, this sucks.
No.
I
Yeah.
went, this is the worst animation I've ever seen. Because it was like, MS Paint and Movie Maker. And I went in all of my 13-year-old bravado. I went, if I knew how to animate, I could do this so much better.
I may or may not have done that, but with Tribble of Doom and the chronic use of the burn tool, I hated the use of the burn
Yes.
tool in like
Yes.
so it was so funny to see like Tribble of Doom come back with like an animated series of My Pride and be like, I know what you are. You were a burn tool user.
It's funny. I never got into Tribble of Doom's work, even though it was from the same time period for a very specific reason, and it was because one of their early videos from that time period involved a song that swore, that said like the F bomb, and so I saw that as a child and went, "Oh no!" and I refused to watch
That's
this
so
song.
cute. No.
I also was deeply annoyed by the premise of their Cow of the Wild series because I was like, the wolves would just eat the
No,
cow. They wouldn't accept the
I
cow.
was
They
more
would
mad
eat the cow.
that the cow had no bearing on the story after the cow went to the wild. It just became wolf drama.
Really? I never watched past the first episode to then
Oh,
get mad
yeah,
about like
no.
this is
There's nothing else.
stupid.
There's nothing else.
That's so funny. Yeah, it feels kind of like a mix between maybe like Balto and Annabelle's Wish. Do you remember that?
Okay,
But,
I've talked about Annabelle's Wish with you. You know
mhm.
I'm an Annabelle's Wish stan.
Yeah.
You
So this feels very much. It feels like she watched, or it feels like they watched. Again, I don't know.
I think
Um.
Triple Doom is she and her because there were like a lot of my pride has a lot of drama behind it and one of them is that like
Mm.
she's kind of uh turfy. I think. I don't
Oh,
I know that they're like very odd about like trans folks.
damn. Um. Well, either way, then.
Yeah, no. I don't want to be a rumor mill for that, but like
Yeah,
I know that there's
yeah.
just been a lot of drama and one of the things was just kind of infantilizing their trans mask voice actor.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Damn. But yeah, I was never a Tribble of Doom fan. Always uh considered myself above it. I was a very like stuck up little kid, I will be
We've
honest.
talked about me being incredibly stuck up. I didn't like 3D animation until like around the time that the Guardians, whatever the hell that DreamWorks movie came
Mhm.
out, and I was like, okay, they actually are starting to
Yeah.
look nice now. So, yeah, no, I
Oh my
feel you on the
goodness.
snob.
We shake hands on being children with opinions. Children with opinions. Yippee. But yeah, I watched Angelica Avenue and went, this is terrible animation. I could do better. Which was not necessarily a reasonable take because I also had the same thought while watching The Fantastic Mr. Fox. I also watched The
No
Fantastic Mr. Fox and went,
way.
this animation is terrible. Why are they making stuff that looks like this? If I were
No
working on this, I would make it look
way.
so much better because it's so choppy. It's not smooth.
No.
I did not appreciate that movie until well into adulthood. And then I rewatched it and went, oh my
Well,
God, Tiny Me was wrong. This is amazing.
have I told you the story about how Home on the Range almost kept me from ever being an artist?
Oh my gosh, no, tell me.
So, when I was a kid, I was devoutly invested in 2D animation. Everything that was 2D animation was god tier over Pixar. And like as a kid, like I didn't really adhere to Pixar design styles. I also didn't really like a lot of the Pixar movies, with the exception of The Incredibles. And later, I got better, and I was like, oh, I do like Finding Nemo and Toy Story 2 and Bugs Life. But like,
Yeah.
I was very much a Disney and 2D DreamWorks kid. But you remember, like
Mm-hmm.
around the mid-aughts, everybody stopped doing 2D animation because Shrek
Yep.
destroyed the majority of like 2D animation. Like everybody was like, "Oh no, 2D's out and 3D's in, and we've got to be edgy
Yep.
and counterculture like Shrek." So that's how you
Yeah.
get things like Chicken Little and then the belief of, oh, we can be counterculture and edgy went to Home on the Range, where you have Rosie O'Donnell saying, yeah, they're real about her udders. And you're like, oh, okay.
That
Um,
flip was why I didn't see the movie because my mom saw that trailer and went, "That's a boob joke. That is not appropriate for my
there's
children."
a weird drag joke in that movie too that really didn't age well. Um, Uh,
Oh.
yeah, there's a they like storm a bar and one of like as they're storming the bar, there's a bunch of women dancing on screen and they hit them and then like they remove all the wigs and it turns out that they're all men and all the men go like ah and one of them goes dad like it's
Oh.
very like shock humor 'cause man wearing a dress sort of thing.
Yeah.
Really kind of yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But I went to go see Home on the Range at the ripe age of I believe 8. It would have been 2003,
Yeah.
right? Can you look up when it came out? Because I'm pretty sure it's 2003.
I think you're right. I would have been 9. So if it were 2003, you might have been 7?
Well, my
Let's see.
birthday's the middle of 95, so it's like
True,
we'd
true.
have to see what
When it came 2004. It came out in 2004 in, let's see, March.
March. Okay, so I would have been 8. Okay, so I'm
Yep,
very
yep.
I
Good memory.
yeah, I don't I can have a good memory like that, thankfully, but like um
So
I'm
real, so real.
but like the thing I went to go see it and the first song is about home on the range and they're like singing about how like cowboys are pissing on saddles and like it's not funny. It's also incredibly boring. And I was like, well, it's a Disney movie and Disney movies are good, right? Like it's gonna be good. I just gotta hold out.
Mm-hmm.
We get to the villain song, and I will admit the front half of the Alameda Slim song is good. He's singing about all the ways that you can rustle. Neither one as good
Mm-hmm.
as me. You know, like I like we could,
Yeah.
and Rook, I have not seen this movie since I was 8.
Uh-huh.
And it's sad that I remember this much about it, but this is how formative it was of me. And so here's the dealery do. I was like, oh, thank God, the villain song. The villain song is gonna be so good. And then he starts to yodel. I'm from
Uh-huh.
Louisiana, and if there's one thing that I never liked as a kid, it was really country like music. I was not a country music kid, and I checked out. I checked out of that film. I was like, I'm done. And that was probably like what, 25, 30 minutes into the movie. And I barely remember what happens in the back half. Like I was so like I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna make like Krusty is coming, Krusty is
Oh.
coming, Krusty is coming. Um
We'll strike down our enemies.
it's gonna bring us food and water and spider enemies. Um and I really thought that like while I was sitting there in the theater, my brain went, maybe this is what they mean by like animations for babies.
Oh
Yes.
no. You
So
went, the problem is it can't be the Disney film because Disney is good. It must be me.
I'm getting too old
I've
for
outgrown
Disney
it.
movies. Yep. And so until I was probably about 12 or 13, I never watched an animated movie again without cringing. And
Oh,
during that
Tiny
time,
Tower.
I
Uh-huh.
watched The Great Mouse Detective and Nightmare Before Christmas, and I couldn't finish them because I cringed too hard.
Oh, tragic.
And you also like you would also
Tragic.
remember that that was like during the time where like animation kind of went through that slump where there weren't a lot of good movies. Like,
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
you like I don't like Cars. I feel like that's a pretty normal conversation though for like folks that don't like that talk about Pixar movies. Like I generally hear that
Yeah.
people don't like Cars. Um, I didn't like Chicken Little. I think Chicken Little is still really bad. I never saw Meet the Robinsons, but I've heard like I saw it later and I'm pretty like milk toast about it and I did not like Bolt. I didn't like Bolt at
Mhm.
all.
Mhm.
And so it took for like, I'm from Louisiana. It took until my grandmother took me to see um Princess and the Frog, not in theaters. I went to the New Orleans Museum of Art where they showed all of the animated behind the scenes art and maquettes and animation stills, and they showed the process of 2D animation from Snow White to
Ooh.
Princess and the Frog. So it wasn't all of the movies, it was all the Disney princess movies though. So it was Snow White, Sleeping
Oh.
Beauty, Cinderella, um Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and then Princess and the Frog. So it was those six. And I realized that I still loved animation, and that's how I came back, is because I don't think I would have ever went back if was not a Louisiana resident and enjoyed I rooted for Princess and the Frog really hard at the ripe old age of 13, going into 14.
Aw.
So, yeah, you would have never met me
Oh,
I if Home on the Range would have had their way.
damn. Home on the range, curse you.
My mom still has the ticket of me going to see Home on the
Wow.
Range, and I told her, I said, get that thing out of my house. I don't think she got rid of it. I told her like, no, you should keep it because it's kind of funny, but like, it's still like a man. I legitimately almost,
Came so close, so close.
yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
I thought you'd find that really
Oh
funny
man,
though.
that's really funny. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, purposing back to that was delightful, and thank you so
I
much
need
for
to
sharing. I love
like if
that.
you ever want to watch Home on the Range again, maybe I won't have like a
I
life-altering experience.
I would love
Um,
to watch it with you. I feel like that would be the only circumstance that I would want to watch it because I've never seen it. I've never ever
oh
seen it.
man, the songs have nothing but toilet humor and like talking about Alameda Slim's like extra L underwear, which is really funny because his costume design or like his actual body design, he's top heavy, so his ass is really small. So they're like, he's a pioneered Pied Piper in 10-gallon underpants. It's like, what? Okay.
It's just the unrealistic sizing standards of the old west. Clearly, it's like, like a size small doesn't fit anyone, and then an extra extra large fits like is like a medium in the real world.
Yeah, I'm like it's so
That's so
funny
funny.
to like talk about Home on the Range and be like, oh man, that was my villain origin story, and I'm not even being ironic about it.
We should watch it sometime,
Well,
or to put it in the ground.
I I'm trying to remember like I have seen people review it before. I went to go be like, oh, I wonder if it's just me, and then the general consensus is no, it's bad. Unless they're like around our
Hmm.
age and younger, and they're like, I grew up on this, and I'm like, I grew up on this. Shut up. Point invalid.
Get better taste in what movies you loved as a child.
Fuck Buck Cluck.
Oh, for real though, fuck Buck. Worst dad ever. Oddly enough, my brother, we didn't get a lot. We didn't have a lot of CDs to listen to in my house. I think we got CDs on occasion to listen to. For some reason, my brother had the soundtrack for Chicken Little. And it wasn't that he liked Chicken Little that much. That just happened to be the movie that came out, I guess the same year that my brother got a CD player. And
Oh
so someone
no.
gifted him or he purchased for himself the Chicken Little soundtrack. So I associate the Chicken Little soundtrack with my brother Joe.
Oh my God. So, funny story. I know I haven't told you this story. At the ripe old age of 5, I accidentally shoplifted from Barnes and Noble the soundtrack to the Scooby-Doo movie. So,
Really?
do you remember when
Oh shoot, you're admitting this. Now they're gonna come get you.
Oh,
Nope,
this is
continue
no, no. I
admitting.
didn't get in trouble. I didn't get in trouble, and it was totally on
Continue,
accident.
continue.
First of all, I was 5. Second of all,
Uh-huh.
it was a Barnes and Noble. So you know how Barnes and Noble has that area with the media in it, like with the videos and films and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently, you can't move those around. Like you can't leave the area with them, and I found out the hard way at 5.
Oh. Oh.
Unsupervised,
Yeah.
mind you. So it was not like it wasn't like I did it on purpose. It was I walked
Yeah.
out of the area with the like where the soundtracks were, and I tried to give it to my mom to show it to her, and then a lady like was following me and she was like, "You got to put that back." And I was like, "What?" I
Aw,
was
that's
I
so
was
cute.
so scared. I was genuinely so scared.
Aw. I shoplifted as a child once.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It was at Home Depot.
What did you want?
I was I can't remember the fullness of this story except that it lived in my mind as a sin I had to repent of.
No.
But I had to have been like 3 or 4, so really little. And I was riding on, you know, those like low to the ground, like long pallet, like trolleys that they have at like Lowe's or Home Depot
Yeah,
to
yeah,
like
yeah.
put big wood pallets on. I was there with my family. I was riding on it. I was like sitting on it, and we like pulled up to check out or to look at, like, it was at some counter. I don't know. I was 3. I was too short. I don't know what the counter was for. But it was at some counter within Home Depot, and I could see on the ground in front of the counter, like on the floor, was, I think, in my memories, this might be wrong, but my memories, it was like a cork board coaster. So you know those like coasters that are like a little circle of cork?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was one of those. And I went, I want that. And so I picked it up and I just took it. It
Ooh.
probably actually wasn't even theft. It probably wasn't even actually being sold there. It was probably just on the ground. But I kept it and I considered it theft and I felt immensely guilty.
Oh.
And I don't think I have ever shared that. I don't even know
Oh.
what happened to it. Maybe I got rid of it. There were a lot of times I would pick stuff up off the ground and think I was stealing when it was like I picked up a
Oh.
rock off of a path and I went,
Am I
truly,
allowed to
I
do
live a
that?
life of crime.
Yeah. Oh my God. I am sure this is not allowed, but I absolutely when I went to the Redwood Forest at the age of like 7, I 100% picked up a seed and I took it home with me.
Oh, wow, that's national forest crime.
I don't.
Amazing.
Is it?
I do know that there are specific crimes against taking stuff
Oh, that
from like the
reminds me.
national park.
My
And I know
mom.
this because of rocks that I definitely did not take from
What are you do?
national parks.
Why are you admitting to this? You didn't do anything.
I'm saying I didn't. I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
I did. But this is in reference to rocks that I did not take from
Absolutely,
national parks.
absolutely, absolutely. This reminds me. So this might be a little bit on the sadder side, but it has passed. You know my house flooded in Louisiana during that like once in a lifetime flood back in like 2016, right?
I think you've mentioned that. Yeah.
So my mom had a whole bunch of fish wash up in her garage, and at the time, she worked for the wildlife and fisheries, and she talked about it, and they went like, "Ha ha ha, don't touch them." And she was like, "What?" And she was like, "Technically, it's a felony."
Oh my god.
Oh, she was like, "Excuse me, my garage was
Fish
fishing, and I can
felony.
go to jail." And of course they're like teasing her, but they're like, kind of. And I was like, "What?" When I found this.
That's amazing. Holy moly. What a way to go to jail. What are you in for? My garage went fishing in a flood.
Sometimes I hate
Oh
myself
man.
for the amount of pattern I put on this guy, but you know what? Like, doing my best.
You're doing your best and it looks so good. It looks so so good. Oh, porpoising way back. The end of the Angelicate Avenue thought
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was, yeah, I thought it looked bad, and so I picked up a copy of like Easy Tune, which was like the Windows Paint version of an animation software at the time, and I taught myself to animate because I wanted to prove that I could do it better than Alley Cat Mouse.
Oh, out of
My first big cut.
spite.
It was out of spite and overestimating my abilities. And because of that, I discovered, first off, that I didn't know how to animate. Hi, Ginger!
Hi,
She's been
Ginger.
missing, so it'll be a good before you hear this.
Mm.
Wee! Mama, mama. We were talking about the Odd Ones Out video. We'll circle back around to that
Yeah,
again
cause,
in a
cause,
little
cause
bit
we
for
got a,
sure.
we got another guest star. We
Woo!
got another guest star.
We got another guest star. But yes, but I figured out pretty quickly how little I knew about animation, and I got really interested in learning more about animation. I got a hold of the book The Animator Survival Kit. I started like looking up stuff online, and it was around the I started to really be interested in it in the sense that I had up until that point I had always considered my career path was going to be writer. I wanted to write novels. And
Rook, have we ever talked
I
about how we have like a very similar origin story where I wanted to be a writer too?
Oh, I love our similar pipelines. That's adorable. Uh, I pivoted away from writer personally because I thought I was already a really good writer. I was
I
like,
love
I've
that.
already written. I've already like I
I've
can
written
write
the
a
next
book.
great American novel.
I had written a very Redwall-esque novel called The Arcandon that, looking back, was not good at all. But I considered it very good, and I considered that I knew what I was doing when it came to writing. Letty,
Latus Batus.
Dee oh, beautiful
I,
getting it up in
I,
here.
I
Mwah, mwah,
just,
mwah.
I just had a conversation about how I believe it was you that while we were looking at some like old Warrior Cats animation stuff, I jokingly said that why are you posting my old stuff when you were posting Flightfoot Warriors, and I'm pretty sure you said like please say psych. What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Yes. Yes. Uh, but yeah, so I considered myself knowing how to write. So I didn't want to go to college. I knew I was going to go to college, but I didn't want to go to college for writing because I already knew how to write. But what I didn't know how to do was animate. So I wanted to go to college to learn how to animate. I'm like, I know that there are professors out there who know how to do this really well. And I know this because I'm finding their work on YouTube and I'm seeing their animations. I'm seeing animations from like professors from the school I wanted to go to. And I'm like, I want to go there and I want you to teach me how to do what you're doing. So, and it was the first time I had expressed academic interest in anything. Up until that point, if I wanted to learn something, I pretty much felt like I already knew it and would just like teach myself or just kind of go for it. But I didn't have a lot of like intellectual curiosity in the sense of like, I know there's someone out there who can teach me something. I would go looking for stuff to learn, but I had never felt the need for like mentorship until I was investigating animation. And I was like, there are people out there who know how to do this. I want them to teach me. So I decided to pursue a degree in animation, which then led to, well, if I'm going to pursue it in college, I should do it professionally. And so then I started learning more about the animation pipeline. And midway through college, I decided I wanted to be a storyboard artist. So I have
Yippee!
my
Win.
my career to thank for spite of a 13-year-old who thought she was pretty hot shit.
Did I tell you that I had somebody at Lightbox last year tell me I was never gonna finish the Lark anthology?
Really?
Yeah, it was actually a big
What a
studio.
what a dumb thing to say.
Right? Okay, so it was a
Abandon your dreams, guy.
I had that day when I showed up, I had finished the first shot of TLA. That's the shot of him like
Hmm.
looking up and then like kind of being a little shit and like looking away. And I was so
Yeah.
excited because I was like, this is I've been boarding this for about I think at the time I had been boarding for about a year. And I had I think 15 minutes of the like 22 I think the whole thing's 30. So I had like 12-ish minutes I think totally done of the boards at the time. And
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, it's so exciting. So I was like looking at some of like the wheelhouse, like not wheelhouse, oh my God. The smaller in-house studios that are in LA that were like trying to prop themselves up. And I was talking to them about like, oh yeah, how is doing indie animation? And they're like talking about like, yeah, it's so hard, but we have a team. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm asking because I do stuff by myself. And they were like, oh yeah, and I was like, yeah, and I showed him like the videos that I had. They didn't recognize my game. That's really funny. They were talking about the work that they were doing, and their stuff was pretty like nice. It was very small. Like I don't want to name the company. I'll tell you off screen though. Right? um
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I was like, okay, well, like, how do you keep motivated? And they're like, well, we keep it simple and we don't bloat. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense because like I want to do this project, but I can't do more than 30 minutes of animation. I don't think I have it in me. And they looked at that first shot and they saw how I did like the animation for it, and they handed it back to me and they said, yeah, you're never gonna finish. And I was like, what? And they were like, yeah, you just that's too much work for no gain. And I was like, huh?
Hmm.
And they were like, you either need more people or you need less scope. And I was like, this is actually pretty decent scope. Like, I am also not doing this for anything other than just for fun. I would like to be paid for this though, but like, he pretty much was like, yeah, no. This is a
See,
project that would never get off the ground here. And I was like, okay.
I would say he shouldn't have said that first off.
Yeah,
That's
first of
not
all,
like
yeah.
super helpful information. I would say for 90% of projects, he's probably correct. That like he's probably seen a million different, like college students come in with really ambitious projects that ultimately like fall flat. The thing is he didn't realize he was talking to fucking Kaluba. He didn't know who he was dealing with. The capabilities like that's the he didn't know
You didn't
who he was
know. It's
talking
so
to. He
funny.
didn't know.
But like it was like the audacity of telling me to my face like I'll never
It's like
finish.
telling Mozart, like, "Ooh, you want to write a whole symphony by the time you're 3? That's a really unrealistic goal." Like,
Don't please. I appreciate the compliments, but like I am I am just a one little guy. I do understand. Like it was just kind of funny because like I had said like, oh yeah, no, I'm making sure that I don't like burn myself out. I'm not here to like this isn't like for anything other than myself. I'm just looking for like if I were to ask people to be onboarded for this project, like what I should do. And he gave me like no resources. Uh
that's you are already thinking about it in the right terms. He should have seen that as a sign of like, "Hello, this is someone we should get on our team because he's like, look at this. Look at this
Cause
shit."
I was really like I was trying to peruse because I believe in like small in-house animation studios. Like these was
Yeah.
probably like a dozen people. And I was mostly trying to like get a vibe of like the people in my local area that do animation so that if I like applied to go anywhere that it would like be nice to
Yeah.
like already have like a moment where I talk to them. And it was so funny because I told Chad that, and then this year Chad came to me and was like, so Kluba, are they there? Is this company there? Because you need to show them the video of you with like
Yes, you gotta
literally
show them all that you finished. Blow their little minds. Like, you said I couldn't do it, so I did.
I like my roommate said that I did it out of spite. I was like, no, I was gonna do it anyway. Like it's not genuinely not because somebody told me I couldn't. But it just was kind of funny to be like, no, but thank you. Also, I love you. I love you so much, Ginger. Thank you so much for thinking about my little blurbos. I'm probably gonna take a small break for February on being as like on the ball that I've been, just because I need to do stuff like pretender and like I also need to finish Bottom of the River and stuff like that, and I would much prefer to give you guys what you need instead of like holding out. I just have been working really hard on other stuff and worrying about my
Yeah,
life
you have.
situation that I needed a
Yeah,
little
you
bit of an
have.
outlet.
You're so good. You're so, so good. You're working so hard, man.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
I gotta finish Bottom of the River and that and then Dinner and Diatribes. Poor Dinner and Diatribes. Like the person comes back and they're like, come on, please do something. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm tired.
Oh, you're so tired.
Well, honestly, the one thing that
Hmm.
was keeping me from finishing, and I did tell them this, like, when I stalled, was I didn't have a computer that could handle Blender very well.
Mm.
And now that I do, I can do that final shot a lot easier.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I'm gonna real quick. I need to mute. I gotta pee, and
you're
then I
good.
gotta throw some laundry into the
I gotta go
washing machine, so
walk.
I will spare. Oh, that is true.
Yeah. How's your cowboy art like how's it? Oh, it's the deadline's tomorrow. I'm sorry, I didn't read fast enough. How's it going?
Oh,
How are you feeling?
love your cowboy art, Ginger.
Yeah, my one promise to myself was I was gonna finish this shot today. Which it looks like I will, because I've got all the shadows ready. I've already got the color key
Yeah.
ready, and I am at the last moment of working on this pattern.
Yeah. Well,
Also, I
I will
think
wait
my roommates
a hot
might.
minute then.
Oh, no, 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 you can go.
Oh,
You can go
no, I
peep
want to
this.
spend. I like spending time with you.
Don't be stubborn. Go pee.
Okay, I'll fine. I'll go pee.
All right, butt farts, go. Go, butt farts, go.
Okay, I'm gonna go piss.
Go piss.
I'm gonna take a
For the
whiz,
listening
everybody.
audience, butt farts is our cart manager in D&D right now. And he sounds like a
He's a
little
little
Danny
goblin.
DeVito guy.
He's a little goblin man, and he sounds like this. My name's Butt Thoughts. I've got a giant goat named Armpit. He's named after my brother. He's named after my brother Armpit. Real
Are
great
they
guy.
visible? Like, are they posted in the server? Because I want to go peek.
Oh, they are posted in the server.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, I gotta go look. I gotta go look.
oh wait,
Excuse
no,
me.
sorry. Oh, sorry. You were asking about the ginger.
Yeah, I'm asking about
Sorry.
Ginger. Yeah,
Okay, sorry. I misheard. I was gonna
running,
ask about Ginger.
sprinting. Wee-hoo.
Go sprint. Go look. Go look. Anyway, I'm gonna go take a whiz. I'm gonna go take a leak.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I saw
BRB.
the other one earlier today. It's so pretty. I was just really tired when I blew by. Yippee! Yippee, beep, Yes, I'm so happy to see your art. I've been enjoying your cowboy art. Also, oh my gosh, super duper congrats on getting your due uh laurels on that Odd Ones Out video. Trying to readjust. Nothing makes me sound older than on the not on the 3DS browser. Oh my gosh. I only ever interacted with him when with like the Subway. I remember when Subway came out. Oh my Lord. Okay, there we go. Man, speaking of AUs, Ginger, I was talking about my Power of Three AU, which I have two, but I doubled them up, and we were speculating on them, but like essentially it's like, what if everybody knew about the three being from a relationship with Crowfeather and Leafpool that includes Brambleclaw and Fireheart or Firestar and Sandstorm, and essentially it being like a because Firestar was always very like jerking this like maneuvering around the system and making sure like, well, why do we have to do this thing? Is it really necessary that we follow this rule? And I always thought that that would have been really neat if he was like, I don't understand why, we have to um have medicine cats without um like why they can't have kits. And I think that the greater conspiracy would have been way cooler, and on top of that, like we wouldn't have that stupid Brambleclaw and Squirrel Flight fight, which I genuinely don't like. The whole point of the second arc is for them to learn to communicate with each other better, and it makes me so angry.
Hello, I'm back.
I
Also agreed, agreed. So real.
congrats.
Yes. But oh man. I love that AU of yours.
Thank
I'm
you,
turning
thank
it
you.
over and over in my mind.
Like I said, if you can find a song that you think matches that, I'm a little weird about like music request. I like okay, my secret is I didn't really grow up being a music guy. Like I never had like an iPod or anything,
Me
or like
neither.
yeah, so like when it comes up to like musical like stuff, I typically have to find it on my own rather than somebody being
Hmm.
like, I recommend all of these. So like, but because I'm asking, like obviously that this doesn't count. Also, same to you, Ginger. If you see something and you think this would be really cool, please jump in. Um,
Yeah.
okay, I
Yeah, I
think
didn't start listening to music really until like Spotify when I was in college, and that was the Oh Hellos. I think the Oh Hellos was like the first band that I acknowledged. I was like, wow, I listen to a lot of music from these people. Which, funnily enough, the reason why I listened to them is because there were a couple of Warrior Cats videos with Oh Hello songs.
that's funny.
um, Most of my tasty music ever came from Warrior Cats, and I would just listen to Warrior Cat videos as music. But it's then of course it's hard. It's hard pressed when that's your source for music when you're trying to find a new song for a Warrior Cats video, because if you're listening to it at all, it means it's already a Warrior Cats video.
Right? It's such a cut and dry rule of like, well, everybody like I remember watching
For the
Enchanted 2
mm-hmm.
and it being like immediately the day after the song that's uh like the duet between the two evil women was like really really aggressively like everywhere like I'm hosting a new map.
Good night, Jimber. Good night,
Night
Ginger.
night 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 night.
Whee! Um, yeah, no. Now you know what the trick is going to be to find a good song for this particular AU, and this is kind of my trick for finding good music for videos in general. You think of a different fandom property that has a similar dynamic, and you look for what fans have made fan videos for that dynamic. So we're looking for anything that has like a prominent royal family is what I'm thinking. Because
Bridgerton.
like
I'm sorry.
okay, but for real, it's possible there might be
Isn't
edgy
there Gallant?
Bridgerton like
Isn't Gallant
edits.
really big or whatever it's called?
Maybe I'm trying to think of something. Maybe some in Game of Thrones esque, because I do know that there's lots of like factions and like secrets and
Please
warring
don't make
between
me
royal
watch Game
families
of
in Game of
Thrones.
Thrones.
Please don't make
I've
me
never
watch.
seen Game of Thrones. It had sex in it, so I didn't watch it.
Please don't make me watch Game of Thrones. I'm scared.
I was so confused by Game of Thrones as like a college age adult when it was like a big thing. Mostly because I knew that it had graphic sex scenes. Like I knew that was a thing. That was all that I heard about it was that it had sex scenes. And so I was like, oh, I don't watch stuff like that. I am
That's really funny.
so much better than that. But at the same time, I would then be like at church and hear people talking about, oh yeah, did you see the new episode of Game of Thrones?
You're like, what?
And I, for real, I'd be like, what? Why? Why are you watching that? I wouldn't say that to their face because I don't care.
Oh, because you're nice, but
But
like, also,
yeah,
yeah. Christianity really
it,
do be like that, though.
It'd be like, I thought we were all on the same page here, guys. I thought we all agreed that this was
See,
bad.
I saw,
Like,
I
yeah,
had that happen, but
hypocrisy is
repressed
the thing.
Catholic edition. I went to college and I had a whole bunch of girls that I went to go visit, and they were like, "We're watching the latest Game of Thrones episode. I hope it's spicy." And I'm like, "Okay, okay, girlies, I get it." Like, okay,
Okay, you know what's the stupidest version of that idea? Like from my side of things,
yeah.
Mormons love The Bachelor,
No, no, okay, 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 okay.
but so they do. It's very popular. At least it was back when I was in college. All of the ladies on campus would swoon over it. But the thing was, it was kind of inappropriate, because it's like they're trying to be like little sexies in the Bachelor. So what do we do about this? Easy. The Mormons made their own version of The Bachelor.
No way.
And that is what my roommates watched was the Provo Bachelor, which was just like The Bachelor, but a lot less sexy. I find that so funny. So freaking funny. Oh, and that is such like a religious response to something is to like we really like this thing, but technically it's against the rules. So
Time to
rather than
make it
evaluate the rules,
ours.
we're gonna make it ours, but just like the worst version. We're gonna make it the Timu version so that it can like it strips it of everything that's actually like pretty good about it to make it fit within our paradigm. So real. Oh my goodness. But jumping back to the warrior cat ape.
Back to more important things.
Yes. So I was thinking about you mentioned Sandstorm. I'm thinking about Sandstorm and her role in this. I would love for her to like. It'd be awesome to
Do
kind of see
something.
her role. Do something with her. What? And this might not be the direction you want to go. But what if Sandstorm leaves Firestar over this?
No, I don't like the idea. I cuz like my whole issue with this thing is that I don't like the misunderstanding coming
Mm-hmm.
in leading to the Aaron Hunter's equivalent of divorce. I don't
Gotcha.
like
Yeah.
it because it's going to make people pick sides between Sandstorm and Fireheart, and I think in this
True. True.
situation it's going to be worse than Brambleclaw and Squilf because
True. True.
Brambleclaw has done nothing to redeem himself ever.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Now, the reason why I brought it up, and so therefore there might be a different way to do about this, is my thought is Sandstorm has leading like experience,
Yeah, she does.
like she does because of the whole Sky Clan. Is there a way we could swing her being a contender for like filling in for Firestar after he steps down? Because she
Um
was in on the secret though, like she would have. She's part of the Fire family. She is Leafpool's mother.
honestly,
Like,
if you want my 2 cents, she should be
mhm.
end game leader. Firestar stays sat
Oh,
down. Sand
I
could
know.
stay.
I know what it is. Here we go. Here we go. Firestar stays step down. You're 100% correct. Sandstar instead steps up.
Hmm.
And like that's the compromise is Firestar being like, I'm this whole leading thing not for me. I did my best and I feel like I saved the clan in the way that I needed to.
I think
I
I
think
think
I miss just
honestly,
being Fireheart.
Fireheart, but with a greater purpose, would be nice.
Yeah.
Being the tree or whatever the hell twig branch
Mhm.
of like Power of Three era would suit him very well.
It would. It would. And I like the idea of Sandstorm being the one because then it sets up a really good dynamic because Brackenfur is our interim, like, deputy, air quotes, where one star has stepped in, lightly conquered ThunderClan, and is acting as the leader, kind of, but is mostly like training Brackenfur to take over with, WindClan's control at the moment. And it's just ambiguous there. And I like the idea of Brackenfur being torn between one star and going to one star for counsel and advice and going to Sandstorm for counsel and Sandstorm like quietly helping Brackenfur to like manage and he still becomes like her deputy when she steps in and becomes Sandstorm.
So I think this is also straying away from something that I'm not sure I would like for this AU, and it's that I would like
Okay, okay.
Hollyleaf to still be a focus.
Yes, you're right, you're right. Okay, okay. Because right, we were discussing last we left off. We were discussing who would be Hollyleaf's rival for the deputyship
Hmm.
and for the leadership, if because that's what she's aiming for is
Hmm.
to become the next leader after one star lead would be kind of the direct goal because anyone could be leader. There's probably like a rotation of potential deputies that she would be one of. So Brackenfur, in that sense, would be a rival, kind of, in that he is probably the more popular choice for who to succeed Firestar.
Because
But I could also.
he has like no
Mhm.
bearings on this family, which is kind of true, even though he was mentored by Fireheart. It was kind of like out of necessity.
Yeah, he's separated enough that I think the clanmates would consider him to be a more neutral, solidly ThunderClan choice rather than being attached to the drama of this whole situation.
Hmm.
I agree. I agree. I'm trying to think, is there anyone Hollyleaf's age, who could also be a contender for
There's
the
a
deputyship?
female character that I am. It's not Honeyfern. It's
Poppy Dawn?
maybe,
That's her sister.
yeah,
Let
maybe Poppy
me
Dawn.
I'm looking up the allegiances for Sunrise because that
Honestly,
is
more
the
female
time period.
character like moments, the better.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so our warriors at the time of um, Hollyleaf's downfall, aka when this would be, when Firestar would set down. If it happened in Sunrise, which I'm fairly certain it does, we have in the list of warriors Squirrelflight, Dustpelt, Sandstorm, Cloudtail, Brackenfur, Sorreltail, Thornclaw, Brightheart, Spiderleg, Whitewing, um, Birchfall, Graystripe, and then okay, this is the group that is more the Hollyleaf age
Me
or
over here
slightly
going like,
older.
wait, Brightheart.
Ooh, Brightheart could have. We got Berry Nose, who does have, as far as I can recall, he does support the traitor in like the Ashfur canonical arc.
Yeah,
So
isn't he like
Berry
actually
Nose,
killed during that?
yeah, yeah, because he's the deputy
Mm-hmm.
under evil
Imposter
Bramble law.
Ashford, yeah.
So that's like later in life. He's a young warrior here, but that's still he's a strong contender for someone who would be ambitious and
Mm-hmm.
potentially, but also I think he would be running up against the same like loyalty to ThunderClan problem where he is technically not ThunderClan blood. He is a like the kid of a loner who joined the clan. So he might be running into the same problems if the clan is wigging out about like tradition. Would that extend to their views of outsiders? That is a very Firestar policy to allow outsiders into the clan and consider them full blood ThunderClan members. Would they want someone who is pure blood ThunderClan? Um, Good question. So we've got Berrynose, Hazeltail, and Mousewhisker. That's that family. And then we have Cinderheart, Honeyfern, Poppyfrost. That's who I was thinking of. Lionblaze, and Hollyleaf.
Cinder Heart, the moon does mine.
I mean, Cinderheart would be a strong contender for a leader.
Oh my God.
Cinderheart. Cinder.
Man, could you imagine if Honeyfern, lived?
Right? That would be nice if characters lived.
There anybody a little bit? Oh wait, are you looking at the Sunrise Allegiance? Because I was gonna ask, is there anybody
Yeah,
younger?
there is. Foxpaw and Icepaw. So Foxleaf and Icecloud are the apprentices at this time period. But the young warriors at this time period are Hollyleaf, Lionblaze, Poppyfrost, Honeyfern, Cinderheart, Mousewhisker, Hazeltail, and Berry. Because it's rough. It's vaguely the allegiances are vaguely sorted by age, or at least by relevance and age. That's why Squirrelflight I think is at the top of the list. Um, let's see. Yeah, that's the correct uh, allegiances because the next book is the Fourth Apprentice. Yeah.
So I missed my window to go walk, but it's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
It's
was too
okay.
busy pissing.
What do you what?
When I went and pissed earlier. No, I took a whiz.
Yeah, it's okay. I probably should in a little bit. Like,
Yeah, you can do a little walk, just not the whole distance because it's
yeah. If I did, I'd have to go like now though.
yeah. I mean, you could end stream, but you're also on a roll, so
Yeah, I would
walks
like
are
to actually
walks are
finish
good
this
for your
first.
health. Walks are good for your health, so
Even if I
you
walk
can at
to
least get a
the
little
yeah,
walk. Yeah,
I just gotta make sure that I finish
cozy.
this. Because if I can say that
Yeah,
I got both of these done today, or the other one done yesterday and this one done today, that would be pretty nice.
yeah. Okay, so the placement of the reveal of so this also brings up good timeline questions with Soul because I'm fairly certain that Soul was already resolved as a plot point before this. Yeah, Soul was the climax of Long Shadow, the preceding book.
Well, you just make him more of a prevalent problem. I don't think that that's really a big
Yeah,
issue.
the timing is easy to muddle up, is to have him still be a problem, even going into um Hollyleaf. Yeah, it would just be extending that problem a little more. So, in that sense, you kind of would have almost because if you're looking at the Shadow Clan conflict with Soul, and if we're doing Soul versus Hollyleaf as foils of manipulation, then would this be about Thunder Clan occupancy by Wind Clan that then becomes almost absorbing Wind Clan versus a Shadow Clan that then gets its claws into River Clan?
Hmm.
Like, is how far is Hollyleaf's manipulations going to go? How successful is she going? Is she going to become leader through her manipulations? And is Soul going to be successful at his aims of trying to conquer more of the forest and make them all atheists? And
I
is there going
think,
to be like a Hollyleaf v Soul
yeah,
confrontation?
I would like that because I think that Soul would see Hollyleaf as formidable but weak. Like
Mm-hmm.
in that I like he has this. He can easily um take like her beliefs and break them.
Yeah,
And I think
because
at
she
that
would
like
be.
low
Mhm.
point where she's, found out about her family would be very like would be the domino effect for him to get in her little head.
Ooh, okay, okay. So would Soul be manipulating her to help her in her ambitions of becoming leader of ThunderClan?
I think he would like to see her become leader because it means that he can uh like nobody else that's a little bit more with age and a little less like fire in their belly, like less brash, I guess, would probably
Yeah.
have a better mind against him, or at least be able to call their forces a little bit more safely and sagely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hollyleaf is firm in her resolve with the warrior code, which he is, of course, trying to destroy. But that makes her predictable for
Hmm.
him to then be able to undermine her and be a little stinker with. Yeah. Yeah. So I like the idea of Hollyleaf first using her powers to kill Ashfur. Like that's the first big like
Yeah,
her
that's how she
realizing
really,
that
really realizes it. Yeah.
yeah, that this is not just she's good at explaining herself and swaying people to her side of things. It's that people literally cannot when she wants them to, they can't say no to her.
Yeah.
So I could see thing like the confrontation with Leafpool happening later to give some more time for like that conflict to brew before
Hmm.
she tries to kill Leafpool
Because in
the
this
same
case,
way
she
and
doesn't,
says no.
like, there's no way to implicate her, right?
Yeah, because the reveal would not be I murdered Ashford. There was no implication. He killed himself. If anything, I think she probably just told him to walk into the lake.
Yeah, go ahead,
You
go
know,
go for it.
um, and so just like what I think you should do. I think you should walk into the lake, and him just doing it, and her not stopping him and being like, I should stop him. I think I'm doing this. I should stop him, and then not stopping him and being like, what have I done? But also, it had to be done. Um, So the reveal about the truth would be her trying to set things right in the clans, get the warrior code back on track. It causes Firestar to step down. It causes One Star to come in, which I think One Star would escalate things in ThunderClan. The tensions between Wind Clan and ThunderClan would be building slowly, especially as One Star's actions are called into question by everyone, and he does not give good enough answers as to why he's doing this, why he's not just picking a leader for ThunderClan and getting out of there, whether StarClan is like if we're going to be in there and like some of the Wind Clan cats choosing to hunt in ThunderClan territory because it's practically their territory anyway. Their leader is in charge of it right now, so they might as well. And like skirmishes between the Wind Clan and ThunderClan cats that One Star is not the best at de-escalating. And I could see Hollyleaf convincing the other cats via her powers that she should be the next leader,
Hmm.
that she should be the one that, in convincing, maybe not even directly convincing One Star of it, because she needs her clanmates to be the ones to think it was their idea, not One Star. Seeing especially as how One Star's choice, Brackenfur, I think probably wouldn't have the same kind of if we wanted justice for Brackenfur, putting him in this position is kind of unfair. I wonder if One Star would pick him. Or is it he picked him, or is it just like no one is picked, but certain cats are kind of like
See, because
helping
like
One Star
I
out?
think One Star picking Hollyleaf feels right. I think that's something.
Okay.
I think backing away from the Brackenfur idea because he would be a good choice, but also would not be like what. one star is looking for could also be another way to like.
Yeah. I can also see like one star not making a specific choice. Like it's unclear what one star's long-term plan is. He just comes in and
Hmm.
is like, I guess I'm in charge. And certain cats like Brackenfur kind who are also, and maybe Barry knows who's kind of doing it out of an ambition thing, step up to be like, hey, one star, we can help. Like I can help and start doing deputy duties. I could even see like a conversation between Hollyleaf and Barry Nose where he's like, Hollyleaf, I need you to go on patrol today. And he's like, what are you doing? You're not the deputy. And he's like, well, I'm no, but one star is busy right now and the patrols still need to send out, so hop to it, kind of a thing where different cats are chipping in to cover the gap in this uncertain time period, but lots of them are getting uneasy the longer that time period goes on without both a clear leader and a clear deputy. So I think the expectation was that one star would pick someone guided by Star Clan, air quotes, that like one star would come in and manage things in the meantime until Star Clan revealed who was supposed to be the next leader. And the longer it goes on without one star doing so, and especially because they can't trust the medicine cat to make a good choice right now because the medicine cat is involved. It's Jay Feather.
I
So
just
they're
like
really
the
kind of
idea of Jay Feather
relying.
being incredibly DNI.
Yep, yep, very much so. And so I think like that tension would be resolved by Hollyleaf using her powers to convince One Star to pick her. Like maybe even convincing him he saw a sign or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because she could convince him
Hmm.
easily with her powers that she is the correct choice. She could probably even convince him and just say, name me the deputy. But I think she would recognize if she did that, ThunderClan would not accept because they don't trust One Star. They don't understand his motives. They don't know why this has been dragging on so long. And then he picks Firestar's granddaughter. They're back at square one.
I
It's the
think
same problem.
I think it's not that. I think Hollyleaf it's important that it's a meritocracy to Hollyleaf. She's going to prove
Yeah,
herself.
true, true. I like that. I like that. And but then the question would always arise for her of like, did I earn this or did I convince them with my powers? Which I think would haunt her. But it would be a meritocracy thing.
Okay, I think that's the last thing I need
Yeah.
to really do.
So I think that would also put Hollyleaf in a position where if she is the one that is primarily like Brackenfur's helping, Barry Nose is trying to shove his nose in to help. But if Hollyleaf is the one that is primarily stepping up to just take initiative and handle deputy duties, to both give her more of an active role, but also be her truly trying to make up. She's trying to both prove herself and her merits and also to atone for the fact that she exists. Also, that looks fantastic. Look
All
at that
right, there we go.
face.
He's ready.
He's ready. Yeah. There's like one frame where I don't think there's things on
What do you mean?
it. There's one frame where the heart is blank.
Oh,
Am
you
I
mean
seeing that
this
right?
one up here? Because it's the
Can you pause
shading.
it? Oh wait, I'm watching latency. Sorry, 1 second. I forgot I was watching not the stream. I was watching the stream, not you're sharing your screen with me. Can you back it up?
It's this one. I think is what you're thinking because the shading's covering it.
No, it was earlier. Can you click through them again now that I'm actually watching your shared screen and not the stream, so it's not latent?
Yeah, there's not. I don't
Okay,
think.
wow, yeah, the latency is crazy. It's got to be like a 5 minute latency because none of this is there on the stream. That's wild. Okay, yeah, no problems, nothing blank. I was just watching YouTube and not watching your stream.
No, you're good. You're good. But I think I gotta call it here because I gotta go. I gotta go get a vestige of a walk while there's still sunlight outside.
You did it!
Oh
You did it!
goodness.
still a fun stream.
Thank you. It was fun to talk about like the Odd Ones Out and then like the AU and then talk to the special guest stars that showed up in her chat. And
Yeah,
be
the two
Rainier
special
in
guests.
the DM from Here There Be Dragons.
Yes. I
Alrighty,
gotta finish planning our next session.
that you do. And I am going to save and call it here. Alrighty, thank you
Maybe.
everybody for stopping by. Goodbye.
Thanks, bye everyone. Bye.